Hi, in this video, I want to go over how to create a playlist and give you some tips and tricks to make it a little bit faster. So let's start with creating a playlist when you already know the playlist. You just need to recreate it. Probably it's because somebody shared the list with you and you want to create, let's say, a playlist just like this one. Okay, so let's go in SEFI for this. And of course, you're going to do custom playlists. Click on the plus sign to create your list. So I'm going to call it asthma because it's in asthma playlist. And here's the tip into to make it faster. You want to open the categories like you see in that asthma playlist. I'm going to have frequencies that come from quantum frequencies, from quantum reach, from quantum affirmation, from quantum homeopathic, and homeoenergetics. So what I need to do is open all these categories that I need, but I need to open the one at the very bottom first. So in this case, it's homeoenergetics. And you see when I do this, every frequency underneath opens up. So that's why I wanted you to do the bottom first, because then I could just go in homeopathic now and click. If I did it the other way around, I would need to scroll, like I'm going to show you what I mean. But if I open homeopathic first and now I want to go open homeoenergetics, I need to scroll all the way to homeoenergetics to do this. So I'm going to backtrack and start again. So homeoenergetics, I'm going to need quantum homeopathics. I'm going to need quantum affirmations, quantum frequencies, and quantum reach. The reason why I did this and open everything is because I want to search these frequencies that I have to make it faster. So you need to be on a computer for this. There's a way to do this on an Android phone. As far as I know, there's no way to do it on an iPhone, but on an Android phone it's possible. And I did create a video that shows you how to do this on an Android phone. So I'll put a link in the description to that other video. But for now, I'm showing you how to do this on a computer. Okay, so you need to activate the search function, and you need to click on those three dots to open up the menu, find and edit, and find. But you see, there's a shortcut here that tells me Control F is what I need to do. I never do this way. I always do Control F. My search box pops, and then I could search. So I'm going to type my first frequency that I need is asthma and quantum frequency. So I have this one. I go back to my search, and then I do the next one. Breathe free, and so on. I'm not going to do every single one of them because I don't want to bother to you know. It's going to be annoying to, if I do them all. But let's say I'm do one that is from the homeopathic, carbonicum, and this one here. And when I want to scroll all the way to the top on a computer, you just do Control Home, and it takes you all the way to the top. And now you just click Save. So you could imagine, what is EOScan telling me? I need my glasses. Oh yeah, okay, I already have a playlist that's named, okay, I'm gonna call it Asthma 2. And this is how you create a playlist when you already know the playlist. Pretty simple. If you don't want to check, if the person gave you just have like a print screen, lots of times actually, when people share a playlist, they share a print screen, a screenshot, directly from the EOScan, so you don't know what category it's in. So what do you do then? You do pretty much what I already said, except that instead of just opening, I'm closing everything just because I want to show you. Instead of just opening the categories you're going to need, you just open them all. From the bottom, you open every single one of them. And then this way, even if you don't know what you're looking for is, you'll find it. So this is good to use when let's say you do a search in quantum homeopathics by symptom, and then it's giving you different homeopathic remedies that you could use for whatever it is, the symptom that you searched for. But it doesn't tell you if it's a no-zode, a salt, or a regular homeopathic remedy. You just open all the categories, not every single one, but in this case, it would be all 3 homeopathic categories. And then this way you could find it easily without having to know where it is. Okay, now next example. Let's do a playlist, but this time a playlist that we're creating on the spot directly in SEFI in the EOScan. That is not my preferred method to do this. I do like to use the complete SEFI playlist file, and I'll show that next. But let's say you don't have that file, or you don't want to be bothered to open that file. You just want to search directly in EOScan, in the EOScan app, what could possibly be used for the playlist that you're creating. So let's go through that scenario and how you would do this. Okay, so I'll use, for this example, I'm creating a new SEFI playlist, but this time the playlist that we're going to create is going to be for back pain. And I have one already, so I'm going to call it 3 because I'm not sure if I already have 1 and 2. Okay, so now that's a case where you need to open all the categories. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so I have opened all of the different categories. So now I'm going to search what could possibly be helpful for back pain. So the search terms that I could use here are obviously back. So I'm going to search to see everything that has to do with back, and I'm going to search for everything that has to do with pain. So Control F to open and I'm going to search back. You see I have back bent, back pain, back stiff that could be used. Let's see what else. Okay. So that's all that there is that has the search term back. Now let's look for pain. I'm going to need my glasses for this because I don't see. So there's going to be, I just want to go all the way at the top here. Okay, from the top, okay, pain-free, healing and stamina, those two make sense. And then I just go through acute pain, that would make sense. This one is already there, but then hold on. So I just look at all of them, every single place where the word pain is used. I checked, and pain in the knees, and then I add what makes sense. So pain control, that one makes sense. Okay, so I've reached the limit of what I could do here with just looking through the SEFI frequencies that have the search term that I was looking for in their name. Now let's go check what we could find in homeopathics. Okay, so now we're going to look, continuing this playlist that's for back pain, but we're going to go in homeopathics and use the search by symptom now. So I go and I click on by symptom. I could just pick from the list like this, but I like to just click on the magnifying glass first so that I could now type something. Actually, I'm going to go back pain, and let's see what makes sense. So this one makes sense. This one makes sense, and depending on the specific case, I would use the search term that makes the most sense for the playlist that I'm creating at that time. But right now, I'm doing one for back pain. So you see how many that there are. Okay, so I personally would just add them all. But if you want to be more specific for somebody, you're making a playlist for someone, and you want to be more targeted and use the actual SEFI homeopathic remedies that would help the most this person, then it would make sense to do a scan, making sure that you have the right profile pulled up. You do a scan, and then you could decide. It depends on what school of thought that you follow. If you're the type of person to think that less is more, you may decide that you're going to only add the 4 or 5 frequencies that are at the top of the list. I'm a big fan of like putting it all and trusting that the body will pick what it needs most and ignore the rest. That's me. So whatever you believe, follow that. But me, oftentimes I like to create a playlist that's going to work for other people. So if I create a list right now with someone in mind, let's say it's my husband, and my husband has back pain, and then I do a search and I do a scan, and then I only put the 4 or 5 that were the best for him, and then I have a back pain SEFI playlist based on that. And then I want to help someone else another time, I'm going to say, oh, I already have a back pain playlist, and I'm likely to not go through the process again and just use the back pain playlist that I already have. So I like to put it all personally. So to make it easy like this, I would open a new tab. Okay, I don't know if my screen recording is going to work for this. Hold on a second. Okay, so if I open a new tab in Chrome, like I do with Control T. I'm a big fan of shortcuts. So now I have one tab where I will be creating, where I have the homeopathic remedies at work, and now I'm opening a new one where I'm going to add these frequencies to a playlist. So I go in SEFI, custom playlist, and I know I have like 12 or something like that, and I'm not going to add them to the back pain playlist that I had because, well, because I'm not going to be able to put them all. So I'm just going to create another one, and I'm going to call that one back pain homeopathics. And now with multicast, since we have the ability to broadcast more than one SEFI playlist at the same time, it doesn't matter. Even you don't have to restrict yourself to have a playlist and put everything that you can in that one playlist because you're going to just be able to broadcast 15 at the same time. With multicast now, we could broadcast multiple playlists at the same time. So I like to have them separate, and then I just broadcast them separately using multicast. So okay, now I'm going to do what I said before because it's homeopathics and I don't know where they are, those remedies. I open all three. And I'm just going to now, you don't see that on the recording screen. You don't see the tabs that I have because they're outside of the recording area. But I have one where I have my homeopathic remedies and one where I create a playlist. So I could just go and one by one, colosynthesis, Control F, colo, and then add this one. Go back to my other tab, do the same. I could even like highlight some part here and Control V to pace to make it fast. You see how much faster it is because I'm on the computer. I highlight one word, go back to my other tab, back to my search, and I'm pretty sure for some people you're gonna think that I'm going too fast. You could slow this video, put it on pause, watch it again, but it's really like just repetitive things. I just search them one at a time, and I just add all of the results that I got from homeopathics. So this is how you do. I'm not going to do it all. So Control Home to go back to the top of the screen and save this. So let's pretend that I did them all. I would have an entire playlist of even more than 15 just using search directly in Chrome. Okay, so to wrap up this video, I want to show you before it ends how I create a SEFI playlist. The method that I actually usually use is I use a complete SEFI playlist PDF file. And I'll show you why I find it superior and that there's things that you're going to miss if you search directly in the app versus if you use this file. So this is a file that I'll put a link in the description of this video to download this file or the latest version of this file. I update it whenever there's new SEFI frequencies that are added. I update the file. So in the description, you'll have a link that will take you to the latest version no matter when you download it. Okay, so let's stick to that back pain example that we were already using, and I'll show you how with this method I'll find some things that I didn't find before. Okay, so I'm using Foxit Reader as my PDF file, but I mean PDF reader, but I'm pretty sure there's a search function in just about any PDF file reader that you would use. Okay, so I'm going to do the same that I did earlier where I was searching directly in the OSCAN, but this time in this file. So if I search back, you're going to see back stiff. We found these ones already, but you see here, there's a frequency in quantum frequency that's called lumbago. Okay, but because in this file where it makes sense to add some details about a frequency, it's going to be in the file. So you see muscle, joint pain, and lower back. Because this has been added, as this little description has been added, I found it. I wouldn't have found it anyway. And there's many other examples like this. So this is an example. Let's see if there's another one. I'm not sure. Lumbar vertebrae, another example, because back has been added. It only says lumbar vertebrae in the OSCAN. I didn't find it for that reason, and I just could continue this way. Sciatica support. Maybe it applies for the list that I'm trying to. You see, like it helps me to do a deeper research to find things that I would miss otherwise. Okay, so now we are in search by symptom, because that section is in this file. There's all of the SEFI frequencies are in this file, but also all of the different search by symptom. So when I do this method, I search in the file, and then I'll find if there's a search term that I should use that pertains to what I'm looking for. I'll find it at this stage of the game, and then I'll make a note. Okay, and now I have to go in homeopathic and use that search term. So I'm not going to go through all of the process because the rest is the same. Once you have, like, typically what I do is I take notes as I'm doing my list. I create my list outside of the EOScan app, and I put which SEFI category. I think I'm getting tired. Which category? I put it next to the frequency that I find. Let's say backbend. I would add QF next to it to say that this is where it's from, because I like to have my notes, because I don't like to share a screenshot from the SEFI playlist because there's information that I could add in my notes, and I like that method. I find it's more efficient when you want to share with others, but also sometimes you could wonder, like, why was that there? So not only do I put the category that it's in, but let's say I add something that is from Quantum Homeopathic. Whatever search term that I use, if it was, let's say I was doing infection, a playlist for infection, and it was for sinus infection, and I searched just with infection, and I searched with sinus infection, and then I searched some that was sinus infection with mucus. Like, I'm going to create my list in my notes, and then I'm going to add those details. Let's say there's sinus infection with mucus. I found that it made sense, and when I was creating the list, I'm going to write next to it that is when there's mucus present, because if later someone needs help for that very reason, but they don't have mucus, because I have my notes with extra information and not just the SEFI frequency name, then I find that you know why something was added to a list. So that is the way that I like. I'm a very organized person, so like I really like to do it this way. I'm not saying that you have to do it this way, but so this is how I would typically do the whole process. Use that complete SEFI playlist, find all of the things, make a list with all of my notes, and then I go in EOScan, and then I use the method to find the frequencies faster that I previously already picked. The rest is the same process that I've already shown you. So I think I've covered everything that I wanted to cover in this video, and I hope that this was helpful.